There are hundreds of thousands of ways to build a piston door. Some, such as the vault door, are widely known even amongst non-technical players, whereas others are so obscure that even Redstoners tend to forget about their existence. What comes to mind when you hear lava lamp door? Unless you've previously heard about these, it's a tricky question. To put it simply, a lava lamp door is a center glass door with lava flowing behind the glass. Today, I want to build a double-sided 4x4 lava lamp door. I've built 4x4 center glass doors in the past, however they're all way too big to be placed next to each other, so I'm going to have to start from scratch. Part of the reason behind the enormous size of the doors has to do with the layout. You see, I used Mumbo's layout, which is really big and definitely not optimized for Bedrock Edition, so I should probably start with that. Here is the layout that I'm going to use. Now, I didn't come up with this layout myself. I got it from Emmet, who built the smallest 4x4 center glass seamless piston door. And how it works is actually pretty simple. So extend this, this, and this, and then you have the 4 pistons from the top, so that's pretty simple. And then you have the pistons from the side. So activate these, and then retract these, and you're left with the door. Keep in mind that the frame is right here. It can be a bit confusing if you don't know where the frame is, but that is where the door is going to be. For the opening, it is actually incredibly simple. We extend these, do a triple piston extension from here, and then at the top, we retract these. These pistons right here are going to take that and retract it back on both of the sides, which will leave the top completed. Then at the bottom, we take these out from the side, and then we retract these pistons. And that is how the door works. So it's actually a lot easier to wire up than what I was doing before, because really the most complicated thing is going to be this triple piston extender, and I already have an idea for how I'm going to wire this up. I want to use a triple piston extender very similar to the one that I have on my 3x3 target block door. So how it works is pretty simple. When the door opens, you have this piston retract, but then this one doesn't retract its block instantly. Instead, it leaves it right here, so that way it can get powered. So it's going to power that block. This observer is going to power that block, which will power the piston that was right here, and that creates the triple piston extension that we need. I built the quadruple piston extender with the triple piston retraction. As you can see, I've kept it relatively compact. So it's going to extend 4 blocks, and then it's going to retract 3 blocks. Obviously, when the door is closed, there are going to be blocks here and here, but when the door opens, the blocks below are going to be there and there. Anyways, let's look at an action. So as you can see, it's pretty fast. We have the retraction, and there we go. The door blocks are now level with the frame, which means that we can now begin to work on the closing sequence, which shouldn't be too difficult. I've gone ahead and wired up what should be a fully functional closing. Now the input is right here. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I feel like it should. I don't see why it shouldn't, but before I test it out, these have no reason to be transparent blocks, so I might as well make them solid blocks. Anyways, let's test it out. It works beautifully. Okay, so obviously some things are going on at the bottom, but that's fine. And for the opening, yes, that is exactly what we need. So, the only thing that I have to do now is, oh my goodness, we're practically done. The only thing that I have to do is just a dual piston extension and retraction right here. Easiest thing ever. Then again, easier said than done, but in the end, I somehow was able to fit the entire pulse extender for the double piston extender, as well as the double piston extender itself, without making the door any larger. This thing is starting to look pretty cool. Anyways, on the front side, you may have also noticed that I completely changed the input. So the input is no longer down here, but it is up here, and the reason for that is, when I build the other door, I'm not going to be able to power both of them if the input is all the way down here. So instead, I've changed the input to be up here. So that way, once the door is complete, I can just place a lever here and power both of them at the same time. Keep in mind that we're going to have to build another one of these, although I'm just going to mirror it, so it won't be all that interesting to watch. Anyways, that's enough talking. Let's look at the double piston extender in action. So if you send a 1-tick pulse through this, you can see that it takes the block, and then it retracts it all the way back. So, let's look at the entire door. So here we have the closing, works exactly the same as before, but now we have the opening, all done and dusted. So everything gets pushed up, we have the dull piston extenders, and then everything gets cleared out of the floor. So the 4x4 seamless glass center door is now done. I've built the second door, connected them both up to a single input, and as you can see, they both work. This is actually pretty cool because now the only thing that we have to do is to wire up the whole lava dispensing. And being honest with you guys, I actually have no clue how I'm going to do this. So that may be a problem. Originally, I was thinking about using sliders and then dispensing the lava, but first of all, that's going to be massive. Second of all, it's not really going to fit. We could have a single dispenser right here, so that way it would dispense the lava here, then it would flow to here, and then it would flow down, and we'd do it on each side, of course, but I don't think it'll fit. We're going to have to think of something else. I think I've got an idea for how this is going to work, and we're not even going to use dispensers, which is the best part. No clicking. Yes, this could not be any better, and it is actually incredibly simple. So, how it works is we literally just activate this piston. That's it. It's super, super simple. The problem is, how on earth am I going to activate that piston without powering others? Actually, I don't have to worry about it. Anyways, I'm getting a bit off track here. So how this is going to work is that this block is going to get retracted, then this block is going to extend. So that way the lava flows out 2 blocks. Now, if I can extend this piston, you will see what I mean. There we go. So now the lava is going to start flowing, and it is going to flow out, and then it will be in the center. And because there are going to be blocks here, we won't have to worry about it. Also, I should probably turn this thing off before it breaks any redstone. Is that going to affect the observers? The observers, no. Did that help it? It didn't. It didn't. No. Now I have to reset the door. To be fair, it could have been a lot worse, and that should be the door reset. So now, I have to figure out how I'm going to power this piston, because I do have to be wary of these redstone blocks. I'm pretty sure the only way to really do it would be to have a repeater out here. And maybe, if I'm able to, I could have a piston facing downwards right here, and a redstone torch there. Maybe that works. I'm not sure. I'm really nervous about this, because I don't want to reset the door again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to place blocks here and sort of close the entire thing in, so that way the lava doesn't spill out. Okay. Does the door closing work? It does. That is a good sign. I don't see why it shouldn't then again. Now let's open the door. It works, although I never really tested it to see if the lava would flow. I should probably close the door again. Okay. So the door is closed. The lava should have been released. No way. No way. It works. It works. And now for the opening. Actually, do I have to worry about the lava flowing over? Yeah, I do, sadly. I mean, it would be cool if I could just get rid of the lava. Well, now that we saw that it works, the only thing that's really left to do is to just build it on the other side. Piston facing downwards, redstone torch right there, lava here, and then blocks here and here. That should be it. That should be it. Fill that in, and put my hands together, and pray. No, I'm joking. I know this is going to work. Come on. This better work, because if it doesn't, I'm going to look like an idiot now. It's flowing. It's flowing down. It works. The door works. I should probably open the door, though, before saying that it is completely done. Then again, I don't see why this shouldn't work. Okay, the door opening. We just wait for the lava to flow away, and then the door is completely opened. Now what I want to do is to actually replace all of this with solid blocks so we can see how it would normally look. And I also want to build a little bit of a hallway. The blocks have been replaced with non-transparent blocks. As you can see, there is no visible glass whatsoever. And when we close the door, boom. It's such a cool door. And the fact that it's double-sided just makes it all the much better. Anyways, the lava starts to flow after a little bit. And once it has flowed down, we can open the door. And it's actually pretty fast. Sure, the lava going away does take a while, but there isn't that much that we can do about it. So there you have it, my 4x4 lava lamp door. Double-sided in Bedrock Edition. This was a ton of fun to build. And I think it's because it really wasn't that easy. It was at the point where it is a challenge to build, but it isn't impossible to do. It was slightly challenging because, well, mainly the dual piston extenders and the triple piston extenders at the bottom, but it was really fun because I knew what I was doing, and I never hit a roadblock that made me want to just scream, which does tend to happen when you're trying to keep a build super compact. But in this case, it didn't happen. Also, I didn't spend that long on this build. I must have spent probably 2 or 3 hours total, which is a lot less than the 5x5 piston door over here. This thing must have taken me at least 7 hours to make, and many, many more hours for the editing. Anyways, that is it for today's video. If you have any suggestions for something that I should build in the future, either on camera like this one, or a tutorial, or even a showcase, tell me, because I love hearing suggestions from you guys. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!